Napa know-how. A Napa guy knows more isn't always better, unless we're talking about full-size vans. These beasts do more than get you from A to B. They have so much space a man can live in it. With shag carpeting, waterbed, and a sweet lava lamp, these mobile abodes have all the comforts of home. With quality parts and plenty of Napa know-how, you can keep the original tiny house running longer, stronger. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
You're tuning in to the Goldilocks presentation of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez, aka Walking Crow, found transformational energy healing through a personal search into healing and was transformed by this experience. He made the decision to pursue training and has since become a certified energy healing practitioner with an emphasis on working with clients in recovery from addiction. His willingness to be open and listen has allowed him to be of service to many who seek a peaceful, serene, and healthier body, mind, and spirit. Call in now if you would like to speak with Anthony. The call-in number is 713-955-0332. Enjoy this transformational and healing show.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, your host. Sorry for another fumble there. It's another Tuesday, and welcome back to all the listeners, and welcome to all the new listeners. I know we're going to have a lot of new listeners from some events that I've done over the last couple of weeks, and thank you for coming. And I want to tell you that today we're going to talk about the second chakra. Element is water, color is orange, connection to self, connection to others. It's where we feel, it's where we heal, it's where we fight or flight, it's where we create, procreate, and co-create. All right, it's where we stand in our emotion, where we feel everything. How about that? How many of you are spending a lot of time not feeling, thinking about the things that you're not feeling? Going up and escaping into your head, out of your body, and your body starts to manifest dis-ease. We start to manifest cancers and uterine infections, and we start to manifest smoking and overeating and depression and anxiety and stress and a lot of things that we develop from the escape of to our heads and our thinking, as opposed to our bodies and our feelings. That you can call in at 713-955-0332. You can ask a question. We can do a chakra reading on you, or you can get a healing. Or, you know, if you just want to say hello, if you're an avid listener and you want to say hello, you know, request a song. What can I sing for you today? Just kidding. Don't request a song. But it's another beautiful, warm day in Los Angeles. It hasn't sprung in Connecticut, where my producer, my lovely producer, Tiffany White, is located. And it's freezing over there. And not that that's, well, never mind what that means, but it's cold over there. They're getting some weather there. But it's here sunny in California and Los Angeles. And wow, spring, like I said, has sprung, and I'm grateful for it. It's a new energy. It's a new time. It's direction of the east, direction of grandfather, sun, direction of the male energy, direction of the born and the unborn, direction of springtime, new beginnings. What is it we're going to manifest? And how do you want to manifest in your second chakra, from your second chakra, in your relationships to others, in your relationship at work, in your relationship to yourself? And how you give yourself or don't give yourself the things you need, the things you want, the things you solely deserve. A lot of times we feel we don't deserve because, you know, somebody has said we're not worthy, or we're a bad person, or we're this or we're that, or, you know, and the other. And we bought the package. You know, we bought the package, and we started to believe what others say to us, and we manifest poor thinking of ourselves. Poor thinking of ourselves. And we talk to ourselves in a poor manner, in a poor way. And I always say, if you had a bottle in front of you and it said poison, would you drink it? And I have to ask, would you drink that? So if you're speaking to yourself in ways that aren't so great, and you have a little self-esteem issue, and you have trouble connecting to others, and if you have trouble being in relationships, you might want to pay attention and listen and see what we can learn today, right here, right now, on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. Ahoy, with me, Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow. Thank you. If you want to reach me, also, you can take a look at my website. You can go to sacreddrum24.weebly.com. You can see what kind of work I do. And if you want to reach out to me for a 20-minute consultation, free 20-minute consultation, and if you want to reach out for a healing, you can reach me at area code 818-442-1717 or Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. So how do I connect to myself? How is it that I can come into myself and connect in a way that's good, that allows me to feel good about myself, that allows me to feel good about others? How do I be with others who don't treat me so well? How do I be with situations in my mind or in my body where people are treating me poorly, and I have never forgotten or forgiven that has happened? How do I do that, Anthony? Well, for me, it's if you come from a situation, and a lot of us have, where we've been treated in a particular way when we were younger in our upbringing or whenever it was, whether it was in past relationships or in school or whatever, with book situations of bullying or what have you, or abuse or child molestation or whatever the case may be. I have to tell you right here, right now, be grounded. Be here, be now. Not in the story of what happened. Be right here, be right now. Be with the sound of my voice. Be where you are now, listening to the sound of my voice. And I say to you, the most important thing about being here, right now, in your feet, in your ground, in being well rooted as a tree that won't get knocked down by the four winds, that thing that you've been living with all this time, that you spin the story about, that keeps you out of relationships, or keeps you in shaky relationships, or keeps you in and out of relationships, and, whether they're romantic or whatever, that thing is not happening anymore. It's no longer happening. It's only happening in the spinning of the story of what you keep telling yourself about that story, and what you keep telling others about that story. I know, because I've been there, and I've done that, and I do that, and I have to tell you, that's the case with me sometimes. Hi, human. Hello, human. That's the good news and the bad news. Hello, human. We don't always do things right. We don't always come into a place where we know, or we have the medicine, even though we teach the medicine. I hope we're not always going to be that person, and I have to have the understanding of that, and I forgive myself right here, right now. I forgive myself for, making mistakes. That's right. So, come into your consciousness, come into your body, come into your root. We did that last week, come into the root chakra. We placed our feet on the floor, and we allowed our energy waves to sink down into Mother Earth, down through the layers of Mother Earth, down through her layers of water, down through her layers of rock, down through her layers of stone, down through her layers of mud, of fossil fuels, of granite, of lava flow, down, and allow her energies to flow upward into your feet, into your legs, into your coccyx, base of your spine, into the perineum between your genitals and your anus. Allow the energy to flow upward into your body, into your root, into your ground, and into your second chakra. And allow that energy to flow into the fluidity of water, the divine feminine water, your emotion. It's where you create. Water is a conductor. Remember that water is a conductor. And as we ground, even though we're in our feet and we're grounding into our root chakra, that water and that conductor is already being activated, because that is your intention. That is my intention when I say, place your feet in the ground and allow them to sink down. Boom! It happens that quickly. Set the intention of grounding. Set the intention of conducting that energy into that second chakra, and allowing the negative energies or the blocks or the fog or the cloudiness to be pushed out. And close your eyes and watch it be pushed out. Watch it be pushed out. And allow that energy to come in and allow that second chakra to turn bright orange, and allow that flower, that lotus to open up. Allow it to open and be in your connection to self. Be in your connection to self. And take a breath, a big breath, and allow that breath to travel through your lungs and through your heart space and down into your fire, your throat, your third chakra, and allow that to grow and heat up, because fire needs oxygen. And when you take a breath and inhale in that way, that fire grows, and that fire hits that water in the second chakra, and it heats it up, and it allows it to blow. And that holy vapor from that blowing water rises, and it's called steam, esteem. And it rises to your third chakra, and then it rises to your heart space and warms the heart. And that holy vapor rises to your fifth chakra, where the major block is, where you don't talk about things that you need to talk about in a good way. And that holy vapor from the second chakra, connecting to others, healing, opens up that fifth chakra and melts away all those blocks, and you're able to speak and express yourself in a good way. What is it you want to share? What is it you want to get rid of? What is it that you want to make manifest? How are you going to stop telling that story over and over again of the things that wound you? We are not here to help you be rewounded over and over again. Day after day, after week, after week, after night, after week, after month, after month, after year, after decade, you no longer have to be in that place. How will you heal? Aho! 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Remember to push 1 to get out of listen mode. And we have a caller from the 415. Hi, caller. How are you today? Welcome to the Transformational Energy Medicine Show.
Hi, thanks. It's like my first time listening to you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
There? Yes.
I
Hello?
can hear you, caller.
Oh.
Caller, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. I don't think the caller is there. They can hear the caller, but I can't hear the caller. Hello? Hello, caller. Well, I can't hear the caller, and I have clear signal. So let's move forward. We're going to wait for that caller to call back. Caller, if you're calling, please call back. We'd like to hear and to hear what you have to say. Please. And
Hello?
those things are no longer happening right here, right now. And what
Hello?
is it you want to manifest? What kind of relationship is it that you want to manifest yourself? What is the relationship to yourself that you want to manifest? Do you want to manifest a way to be with yourself and love yourself that allows you to stop smoking? Do you want to connect to yourself and be with yourself and manifest a way of being with yourself that you no longer have to sit on the couch at night and stuff with food? What is it? What is it you want to manifest?
Hi, this is the show producer. Sorry to cut in on you, Anthony. The caller, everyone else can hear her. I can hear her.
Are you there?
Yeah, she's on. We could hear her. 415.
Hello?
415. You said yes.
I don't understand why.
Hi. So he can't hear me?
And,
well, I can hear you. I can't.
I have no.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Anyways, you know what? I'm going to check with my producer, and if we can go to a commercial break right now, I'd like to do so.
Yeah, hold on just one moment. What I'm going to do is just put everybody on mute and play a commercial, and we'll try to get this resolved here. So sorry about that, but no, I can hear you fine. So 415, please stay on the line. I'm going to put you back on mute. We're going to play a short commercial until we can get his sound fixed. Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay.
And rest callers, please remain on the line. Again, please call in 713-955-0332. Press 1 if you would like to get on air with Anthony. He is going to call back in right now. So I probably won't even run a commercial then, just giving him a chance to call back in and establish the connection. We are having crazy weather all over the United States, so it can affect phone lines and connections. So hopefully, this will work. So let's see if Anthony can hear now. Hello, Anthony, you're back on. Can you hear me? Anthony,
yes, I can hear you.
Hello. You can hear me? Okay, so then you should be able to hear the caller. All right, so
yes,
are you ready for her?
Yep.
You want me to bring her back on? Okay. All right. Okay, caller 415, he is back. Thank you for holding.
Hello? Hi, thanks. Can you hear me now?
Hello, 415. How are you?
I'm good. Your phone is actually breaking up a little bit at this point.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Well, I can't seem to hear the caller. I can hear what he's speaking, but I can't hear the caller. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll just listen.
Yeah, hear the caller. All right. So I don't know what to do. I can't speak to the caller because I can't hear the caller. So I'm going to move on with the show. And I'm going to call back. I'm not sure what to answer. You can reach me at Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com if you want to ask.
Hello, this is the producer once more. It appears that Anthony has dropped now. We lost Anthony. He's going to call back in. Again, we apologize. We know that there's just like I said, the weather, the phone can just, it can affect all the phone lines. So this has just been a really crazy show day. Quite honestly, there has been connection issues. So let's see if we can't get Anthony to call back in to do the show. And let me just message him real quick. Yeah, so to call back in. So anyway, we apologize for that. Thank you, everyone who is listening and continuing to hold. Again, please call in 713-955-0332. If you would like to listen to this show, listen to the rest of this show, there's many great shows with Goldilocks Productions. I encourage you to check us out, not just the archives on Blog Talk Radio, but also check out Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. Spreaker.com is another place where we put the archives for Goldilocks Productions shows. And it's Goldilocks with a Y, Goldilocks Productions. Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much. Okay, so I see Anthony is back. We're bringing him back on. All right, welcome back, Anthony. Back to you.
Hello there. Sorry about that. I don't know if the weather on that side of the coast is wreaking havoc, but I just got dropped, and I have not been able to hear that caller. And I so apologize to the other callers who were calling in to try to listen to a show that's having issues. Well, maybe we're still in the energy of the full grandmother moon, and, she's playing with me today. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Anyway, so the second chakra, we're talking about the second chakra and what it is that you want to manifest and what it is you're tired of manifesting. Are you manifesting, heading down to the green zone and to Nature's Corner and buying a little jar of what makes you happy in your brain, or seemingly happy, what takes up space in your lungs when you take it in through the fifth chakra, your voice, and it expands in your lungs, and you blow that smoke out, and then you're still not loved again and haven't asked for what it is that you want. And what is it that you want? What is it that you want to manifest? Do you want to continue putting things into your body that continue not working for you? Do you want to continue putting things in your body that no longer work for you or do not work for you? Like cigarette smoke, like marijuana smoke, food that you stuff with, and you end up unhappy and you feel like you're overweight, and you go to the gym and you feel like it's futile because you go and you back and you forth and you eat and you go, and you never quite get to achieve the goals that you want, because you don't know how to connect to self. You don't know how to connect to your fire. You don't know how to connect to your fuego. You don't know how to connect to your heart from the place of the second chakra, the place of healing, the place of connection, the place of feeling, a hope, the place of creation, the place of emotion, water, a hope. Through your fire, your fuego, your place of intention, a hope. So what is it you want to manifest? And what is it you want to let go of? 713-955-0332. Please try to call in again. Maybe we can get this working and I can have a conversation with somebody who wants to ask a question. I apologize to the caller in the 415. Please feel free to reach out to me later offline if you'd like. I apologize that we couldn't talk to you now. So what is it you want to let go of, and how do you want to let go of it? Are you in any practices, spiritual or otherwise, that help you to come into self, that help you to awaken, that help you to become conscious, come into your consciousness? Are you going to church? Are you going to meditation? Are you going to yoga? Are you sitting still? Are you sitting still? Or are you running frantically? Are you running frantically, leaking everywhere, all over everybody about your troubles and your woes? What is it that you're doing to help yourself? Hello. What is it in your past that has caused you grief, that has blocked you from yourself, that you're still holding on to the energies of the past lifetime? I hope. And I don't mean the past lifetime in another lifetime. I'm not meaning the past lifetime of this lifetime. If you're 40, what was it in your first 40 years that has happened to you, that conversations that were had with you, that had you holding that energy of that time and that place, and don't allow you to come forward, I hope, and don't allow you to come forward into a place of your knowing, of your being, of the light of your soul, I hope, and keep you in the darkness of your brain. What would that be? What is that thing? You no longer have to live that way, because that thing is not happening. And if you're living your life and you say nobody loves me and nobody wants me, well, let me be the first to tell you that if you were sitting here right now, I would be listening to you, and I would be nurturing you, and I would be holding space for you, and I would be holding space for you in a loving way, and in a loving way that would allow you to love yourself, to love me back. Because you're feeling loved, and that will come up in your system. That will come up in your awakening. That will come up in your being. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a daily basis, all over the place, no matter where I'm at. And we're having conversation, and I start to read them, and the tears start to manifest in their eyes. They start to feel that place. And I don't know what the issues in the tissues are. I know where the issues in the tissues are with regard to what they're feeling, but I don't know what the issues in the tissues are. They know what it is. They know what it is, and they start to cry, and they start to feel, and they start to make a connection with that hurt, that wound, that trauma one more time. But it's not in the way of wounding, in the way of understanding that somebody understands them. Somebody will understand you. I understand where you are standing, where you are at, and that hurt, that wound, that trauma. And I don't have to drag you through it for you to feel it. I don't have to name it. You know what it is. You know what it is. And that's all that counts. And because you know what it is, you know that you no longer have to, well, let me say this again. you know that it's no longer happening to you. It's only happening in the spinning of the story. And when are you going to let go of the spinning of the story? When are you going to take that little mouse that runs that wheel inside your head, that runs that little wheel and runs on that wheel, and it squeaks and it squeaks and it squeaks, that rusty wheel, and the sound is so loud that you can't hear your heart, you can't hear your soul, you can't hear your voice because you've been muted by that sound that goes on in your head, in your brain. I hope. Stop the wheel from spinning. Take the mouse off the wheel. Allow the mouse to run free. Mouse medicine sees the world in a different way. It sees it, the bigger picture from down below. I hope. Let go of that thing and start to speak and talk about the things that have happened in your life. Write them down. You know, the Bible says, it talks about the Christ consciousness. It says, write it down, go and tell. You know, but this isn't about religion. This is about your consciousness. Write it down and tell it to yourself. See it. See that it's not happening anymore. Talk to somebody about it in a good way, where you're not wounded by those things and those traumas any longer. Be with those things. What are those things that have injured you? What are those things that have hurt you? What are those things that you have carried for so long that your arms are tired, your back is tired, your neck is strained, your teeth are ground down to the nub from not being able to sleep at night and grinding your teeth because you have nightmares and you don't sleep well? When will you let it go? Aho! Write it down, go and tell. Go tell it on the mountain. The mountain, direction of the north, direction of the wisdom, direction of earth, direction of rest. Aho! Direction of the ancestors. Give it to the wisdom. Come into the wisdom. Come into the ancestors and come into the rest of being grounded and being in your second chakra, water. Aho! Connection. Connection to self. Give yourself the freedom. Be with like souls. Find like souls that are like you, that can relate to what you're talking about. You know, in Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm in 12-step program. And in Alcoholics Anonymous, the rub is not really letting go of drinking. Well, it is, ultimately. But the rub is one alcoholic talking to another. One alcoholic talking to another. You too, me too. Me too, you too. You know? Come into that place of understanding, of connection, of letting others know that you understand and they understand. And they don't judge. There are those who won't judge you. And there are those who won't dangle the carrot of expectation, spoken or unspoken, in front of you. I hope. That's over with. And you don't have to allow that to happen. 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Push 1 to get out of listen mode. The phones have been wreaking havoc because of we're assuming because of the weather that's going on in the East Coast, because our phone lines are out of New York. So that may be the problem. But feel free to call in. I'd like to hear from you. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I hope. Too bad the lines aren't running through here in California. We might have better luck. Who knows? I may be wrong. So, you know, we've grounded. We've come into our root. We've come into our root chakra, and we've become grounded in the earth. And we've become the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. Because we've survived all these wounds. We've survived all these battles. We've survived all these hurts. We survived all these traumas. You are still here. Understand the understanding of you are still here. Aho, I am still here. They didn't win. Whoever they are, they didn't win. You know, they didn't beat me, and they're not going to. You know, I had a tough life, but I'm still here, and I'm going to stand in my ground and in my body and be in my place in this earth as long as possible. And I am going to connect to others in a way that others don't understand. Why?
because this is what I do. I connect to others. I am a Piscean. I am water. Water seeks its own level always. Aho. What is it that you seek, and how is it that you want to seek it? Aho. Aho. I want to talk about a real quick a phone call I got this morning. I received a phone call from Guru Yogi Ramesh, the Laughing Yogi, and we met at the Babaji's Parliament of World Religions in Yucca Valley a few months back, and we took a liking to each other. And one of the things that I learned is that we have different teachings, but we're teaching the same thing. It was quite amazing to listen to him talk, and then to give my talk after, and I realized how closely we were aligned with what we were talking about. So Yogi Ramesh, we spoke earlier today, and I'm going to be visiting with him on Thursday afternoon in Palm Springs, and we're putting together an event by donation, and it's going to be Guru Yogi Ramesh, the Laughing Yogi, and myself. I will be drumming, and we will be chanting Om while I'm drumming, and opening up and coming into your consciousness and coming into the awakening of the chakras, of the energy points in your body, the energy points, and opening them up and allowing them to open in a different way. And we're teaming up, and it's going to be here in LA, but we haven't found a place yet. All this is getting rolling right now, so keep that in mind. It'll be a great day of learning and teaching and being with and creating and connecting to a whole, and that's what we're all about. It's about connecting to. And who do you want to connect to? What do you want to connect to? Do you want to connect to self? Do you know how to connect to self? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired of not being able to come into a place of your connection to others? Of your connection to others? Are you sick and tired of not being able to transform a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body? Transform, transition, transcend, transmute, a whole. How do you want to transcend? Transcend through the connection of your second chakra. Transcend through the connection moving upward through the energy points of the third chakra and to the fourth chakra of the heart, open space, aho, through your voice, and up to your third chakra of your knowing, your third eye, your sixth chakra of your knowing, aho, and then your seventh of connection to creation, creator, universe, great spirit, aho, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. What do you want to connect to? How do you want to connect? Let go and let good. Let go and let God. Come into the knowing of your divine shamanic self. Aho. This is my left hand. This is the hand of receiving. This is the hand of the divine feminine. Aho. This is my right hand. This is the hand of the divine masculine. This is my hand of giving. And it gives to the left hand the divine feminine. Aho. But these two hands are not separate. They're not autonomous. Aho. They're linked, and they're one. They're duality. And when you bring those hands to the center and put them in front of you, one over the other, over your chakras, over your third chakra, over your fourth chakra, in your heart space, aho, I become aligned, and I become she, man, sha, man. You become she, man, sha, man. You come into your power. You come into the power of who you are, of the duality of divine feminine and divine masculine. For me, the second chakra, water, element, direction of the west, direction of the woman, direction of water, direction of grandmother moon, direction of 28-day cycle, is about letting go and connecting to that place in the second chakra through the fire. Aho. How do you want to connect? How do you want to connect? Can you? Do you? I'm here to tell you that you can. And if you need help, feel free to call me or reach out to me, Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com, and get a 20-minute phone consultation. We can talk on the phone. And you can set up an appointment to see me. Or we can do a long-distance healing. I do long-distance healings as well. You do not have to go without because you don't feel like you're in Los Angeles or like you feel like you're not in LA. You can come into a place of being. And, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to manifest? What is it that you want to be, and how do you want to get there? You can get there. There's an old saying in Georgia, and REM reminds us, and they say, when you stop and get directions, they say, you can't get there from here. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. You can get there from here, no matter what's happened to you in your life, no matter what you were poisoned with, what kind of words you were poisoned with, or upbringing you were poisoned with. You are the brightest star where you are, standing right here, right now. You are the brightest star, and you can manifest light in the darkest of darkness. I hope. Understand that. I've been manifesting light in the darkest of darkness for a lifetime, and I didn't even know I was when I was doing it. And I've been to some pretty dark places. And I'm here to tell you that so can you. You too. You too can manifest. You too can transcend and be catapulted into the fourth dimension again. Because I've been catapulted into a fourth dimension over and over and over and over and over again. And my life just seems to get better and better and better and better. And even though I don't have the things that I think I should have, I don't complain about it. Because my life is good. My life is good. And my life will continue to get better and will continue to change and continue to manifest in the way that it manifests, in the way Creator Great Spirit manifests it. What's the old saying? I make plans and God laughs, Heck. So why not just turn my will and my life over to the care of Creator Great Spirit and allow Him to manifest the things in my life that need to be manifested? He knows what I need. He knows what I want. And I've always taken issue, and I'm going to say this, there are those who pray and say, I keep praying for blah, blah, blah. I keep praying for blah, blah, blah. I keep praying over and over for blah, blah, blah. And God doesn't answer my prayers. And, maybe you don't understand that He heard you the first time. He heard you the first time. If you're really walking in faith, you don't ask again. You just say, okay, I asked. I'm moving forward. He's manifesting. I'm manifesting. What's it going to look like? Start imagining what it's going to look like once you ask for it. Start imagining how it's going to feel to receive it. Start imagining how it's going to feel to drive it or live in it or put it in your wallet or put it in your bank account or put them on so you can go for a hike or put those clothes on so you can look good. Whatever it is, I don't know. That meal, I don't know. I don't care. What is it? What is it going to look like? What is it going to smell like? What is it going to taste like? Once you're manifesting what you've asked for from Creator Great Spirit, if you're a praying kind of person. And do you believe? Do you believe you have to ask a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time? Wow. Be a Job. Be a Job in your life. Live in the cup of Job. Job's cup was full. No matter what happened to him, it was full. And this isn't about religion. This is about belief. This is about faith. This is about manifesting. Come into the connection of self. Come into the connection of self through the water, through creating your feelings and letting go of the feelings that are no longer necessary, the feelings of hurt, the feelings of shame, the feelings of anger, the feelings of fear. Those are all normal feelings, normal reactions. Everybody feels them. And it's okay. But you don't have to carry those things within you for another lifetime, for the continuance of this lifetime. I'm going to ask everybody, whether you're standing or sitting, wherever you're at in the United States and around the world, because this is a worldwide show. This is a show that you can listen to in any time zone around the world, anytime. You just log into the archives or you listen live at your particular in your particular time zone at your appropriate time. And you can listen all around the world to my voice. Can you imagine that? Woo! There's some people that don't want to hear that, I bet. Anyways, so put your feet flat on the floor and put your hands on your thighs or let your hands hang. And I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to ask you to take a breath. I'm going to ask you to take a breath. I'm going to ask you to take that breath right into your heart space, right into your heart, air, lungs, and allow it to flow through that place of love. and down into your third chakra, down below your sternum. And I want you to allow that breath, that oxygen, that air to stoke that fire, your fuego, your I can, I will, I do, your esteem. Allow that fire to be stoked. And allow that fire to burn big because of the oxygen that it's being stoked by. And let that energy expand and grow, and that fire grow really big, and allow it to hit the water of the second chakra and heat it up and boil it. And allow that water to boil over, let it overspill into the root chakra, and let the root chakras be watered, the root be watered, and let those roots grow. But at the same time, allow that steam, that holy vapor to rise to the third chakra, to that esteem, and up into the heart space, and expand the heart and warm the heart, and up into the throat, and clear the voice that has been silent for who knows how long, Aho. So go ahead and take that breath. Inhale through the lungs, down into the third chakra of fire, fuego. Allow that fire to grow. See that fire. Close your eyes and see that fire, and allow the water to heat up. Allow the steam to rise and the water to overflow into the second chakra. Steam rises to the third, steam into the fourth chakra, warming the heart, expanding the lungs, clearing out the air, holy vapor, clearing out the air, and allow it to flow through the fifth chakra and upward through the fifth chakra to your voice, to unblock your voice, and into the third eye, sixth chakra of your knowing. Aho, you become clear. You have clarity once you clear that voice and you start to speak. And once you start to speak and you have clarity, you're able to move upward into the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, and connect to Creator, Great Spirit, Universe, Aho, Source. One more time, take a breath. Inhale all the way down through the third chakra, expanding that fire, letting it grow, allowing that water to heat and the holy vapor and the steam to rise. Let the water overflow into the second chakra, and the holy vapor rise to the heart, the fifth chakra, voice, to the third eye, sixth chakra, clarity, and up once you have clarity into source. And one more time, take a deep breath. And exhale. How does it feel to connect to yourself? How does it feel to come into yourself in a way that's different, in a way that you feel, that allows you to tingle, that allows you to vibrate, that allows you to manifest in a way that you may have not been able to before? You know, what is it? How can you? You know, be here now. Be in your breath. Be in your feet. Be in your connection to others and self. There is a will. There is a way. There is a way to develop a will. And if you want to develop a will to be able to connect to others where you feel you have been blocked for a lifetime, call me. Connect with me. Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com. Look me up on my website. sacreddrum24.weebly.com. Reach out to me as I reach out to you. I want nothing more than to just be with you in a good way, I hope, and for you to be with yourself in a good way. There's no reason to beat yourself up because you feel like you fail other people or you fail yourself. There's no failure here. There's only learning here. There's only teaching here. There's only a way to look at things in a different way that make us feel good and say, oh, I don't have to do that again, or there's a new way that I can do that. And, you know, what is it that you want to manifest in your life? You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to drink the bottle that's marked poison. Aho mitaki ase. Aho. Aho. Now, on that note, real quick, I want to talk about an event that's going to happen on April 2nd. April 2nd at Hands to Health in Monrovia. I'm going to be teaching a workshop in root chakra ground, how to be rooted and fruited. Aho. And it's going to be at 11 o'clock on April 2nd in the morning. It's going to be a 2-hour workshop, and it's going to be by donation. Yes, I'm going to start doing things by donation because some people don't have the $25, and I don't want them to feel like they can't get the help they need because they can't show up. If you have $1, or if you have $5, or if you have $50, or if you have $20, it doesn't matter. Just come. If you need the help, come. And this is what we were put on this earth for. We were put on this earth to help others, to connect to others. What does connection look like? I don't know. I don't know until Great Spirit shows me and says to me, Anthony, you're a good and humble servant. And I believe I am. Oh, that just touched me to the core of my heart space. I am a good and humble servant. I am here to connect with others. I am here to help those who don't know how to help themselves, because when I didn't know how to help myself, you helped me. Who are you and what did you look like when you helped me? There were people that were faceless. There were people that were nameless. And what I learned from this was I am not hopeless. At times I was helpless, but I was never, ever hopeless. And I'm here to tell you that you are not hopeless. You may have been up until today helpless, but you can no longer claim that, because I have come into your space. You have heard the vibration of my voice, of my heart, of my third chakra, of my second chakra, water, connection to others. You have heard my voice, and I'm telling you, I'm here right now with you. You hear my voice. You are no longer helpless. You are now helpful. You are now hopeful. And I am here to share those words with you in a good way, in the way of good medicine. This is my medicine. What is yours? And all I ask of your medicine is just to reach back. Reach for my hand. Here is my hand. Take it. Take it. Take it and pull on it. I will pull you up. I will not pull you down. I will pull you up. I will lift you up. I'm going to tell myself again. I tell myself a lot here. I have a teacher, Emma Molina Enriquez, Crow Mother, Lady Eagle Feather. I drive Lyft part-time. And one of the things that she says, because I've shared with her some of my experiences with people that I pick up around town, she says, you don't lift, you uplift. Now, I don't know if I needed Emma to say that to me, but I know that I didn't have an understanding of that until she said it. And the medicine comes when it comes. And it allowed me to connect to myself in a way that I was able to say, okay. And now I'm able to connect to others in a good way, in a different way. When they ride in my car, they have a different experience. They have a different experience. And they tell me, this car feels different. And I tell them it's the Zen car, and jokingly, but it truly is. Because some days I need your Zen, just like you need mine on other days, in other moments, at other times. How do I connect myself, and how will you connect to yourself? Stop blocking yourself from the connections that you so desperately want, that you so desperately tried to get as a child, or as a teenager, or as a young adult in your late teens and early 20s, that you couldn't quite get from alcohol, that you couldn't quite get from pot or heroin or coffee or ice cream or chips or whatever it was that was your deal. What kind of love do you want to receive? What kind of love do you want to share? What kind of love do you want to give? What is it? How is it? How does it taste? Does it taste like the first time you had some vanilla ice cream or whatever flavored? Does it feel like that? Man, that you want some more? You know, like the first time you had your first Mountain Dew? For all those in the South. Oh, for all those in California. You know, yeah. How do you want it to feel? It's the most amazing feeling when you connect to somebody in a new way. You know, it's the most amazing thing. You know, connecting with Guru Yogi Ramesh, for me, is just an amazing thing, because I only met him once, and we have been in each other's lives since then. And I want you to know, and I'm going to say this to you because this is the way I connect. Because you hear my voice, and if you are new to this show today and you hear my voice, I want you to know something. I will always be with you from this point forward. I will stand behind you and support you from the will center of your fourth chakra and your third chakra and your second chakra and your voice up in your neck. From behind, I will support you and I will hold space for you. I will stand with you behind you and hold space for you, because there are those who held space for me. I deserve to stand tall with you, and you deserve to stand tall with me. Oh, we are the pillars, and it's the space between us that brings us together. And because you hear my voice right here, right now, the healing vibration of my voice, which goes into your ears and goes into your body and vibrates on the tongue and into your lungs and into your heart space and down into your third chakra and down into your second chakra, the water connection to others, to me, I hope my voice. You will have a healing every time you think of my name. You think of my voice. You think of something that I said that struck a chord with you. A chord. Aho, we are now connected. Aho, a chord. Fiber optics, baby. Fiber optics. It's just too bad that sometimes the fiber optics are in New York and they don't connect real well because of the weather. Okay, that's enough of that. That just made me laugh. But we are connected. You are here right now, and I will always be with you. And you have to know that. And I think that's what the Christ consciousness meant when he said that. You know, I am with you always. I am with you. You were with me always. There are people that I've never forgotten. There are people that I met when I was, I don't know, early days of my life. And I remember them. I remember their faces. I may not remember their names. I may not remember their voice, but I remember their faces. And there's some people that I don't remember their faces, but I remember the sound of their voice. Aho. Aho. There's some people I don't remember either, and I remember their name from a lifetime ago. What is it in this lifetime that you want to be remembered for? What is in this lifetime that you want to connect to? What are the reasons that you get up in the morning? You get up in the morning, not others get up for you. You wake up with you yourself, in and of yourself, every morning. Aho! You wake up with you. You go into that bathroom and you look in that mirror, not at somebody else, but at you. You look into your face. And when you do that tomorrow morning, I'm going to ask you to get up in the morning and first sit at the edge of your bed, and your bread, because this is going to become your bread. That's not a mistake. This exercise is going to become a part of your bread, a part of your daily meal, a part of your daily nourishment. And sit at the edge of your bed and put your feet on the floor and put your hands on your thighs and close your eyes and sit up straight and take a breath into your body and notice where it lands. Notice where you feel that breath land and put your hand there and allow your hand to sit and vibrate through that place where that breath landed, and allow that breath to be with your hand and the energies that they provide each other in that place. And then put your hands back down on your thighs and take another breath into your lungs, way deep down to your feet. And where do you feel that? I feel that in my sternum, Anthony. I feel the vibration of my breath in my sternum, and I place my hand, my right or my left hand or both, on my sternum, and I allow the vibrations of my hands to be with that vibration of the breath, and the vibration of the breath with the vibrations of the hands, and they share and they mingle. Aho. And take one more breath. And where does that land? That lands in my heart space, Anthony. It lands in my lungs. That vibrates in my chest. And I feel the vibration of my voice as you speak, of your voices. You speak. And the hands is my vibrations of my hands share with the vibrations of the breath that has landed in my heart space, my air, my lungs. I love, I'm loved. Aho! And then you can start your day. You can go into the bathroom and look at yourself and see how beautiful and pretty you are. Because you are. Because you say so. Because you deserve to be. Because you have always been. It had always been so. Aho! It is only for you to remember like I have remembered. You know, I know, and I say, and sometimes I say it jokingly, and I really mean it, that I am pretty. I have gotten prettier the older I've gotten. You know, I'm just pretty, and it's okay. Muhammad Ali used to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, and he would talk about how Ali is pretty, and he was a poet, and he knew it, I hope. And it's okay to be pretty. It's okay to be beautiful. It's okay to be in your understanding of who and what you are and how you want to be and how you have always been, I hope. You know, Sunday I went over to honor my brother, my youngest brother, my baby brother, for his birthday. And he's a devout Christian. He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful soul. And him and I really haven't had a conversation in a while. And we spent about 10 to 15 minutes together, you know, really talking. And he was talking to me about Jesus. And I was just listening to the passion that is within him of that subject of his Lord Savior. Aho! And it just made me happy to feel that vibration of his voice whispering in my ear, because he held me. He hugged me while he was talking to me. And it was a beautiful moment, because it was two brothers sharing a whole. Two brothers sharing vibration, two brothers sharing voice, sharing love. In a way that some people don't understand, and you don't have to understand. You only have to understand yours. Aho. There is hope. There is help. And here it is. Aho. How do you want to connect to yourself in your water, in your second chakra, in your space, in your vibration of that divine feminine water, aho? In your healing, in your feeling. How do you want to make that connection? We're coming to the end of the show. We're in our last 4 minutes, and I want one more time, I want to apologize for our technical difficulties. I believe that it's the storm that's going on the East Coast that caused for our technical difficulties, and I apologize. I would have loved to have been able to speak to you, and I look forward to maybe speaking to you next week when there isn't so much static going on in the phone lines. And yes. Now I want to remind you that this is a Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. This show is about transforming. This show is about transmuting. This show is about transitioning and transcending. Where do you want to transcend to? How do you want to transcend? How do you want to transmute? How do you want to transition? How do you want to transform the subtleties of your life? The moments in your life that matter so much to you, and they matter to me because I want to help you. Aho. Call me. Reach out to me. 818-442-1717 or Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com. We can continue this conversation. It doesn't have to stop just because I'm off the air. Feel free to email me and ask anything you want. You want to set up a Skype or a healing session? You know, let me know that too. You know, I want to take this time to thank one of my biggest supporters and one of my biggest fans, my producer, Tiffany White, Sage Woman. There are moments that she knows parts of my life, and things haven't been so easy for me in the last year, so I started the show in that sort of storm, and I continue now walking through the things that I walked through. So when I talk about transformation and reaching out and how is it that you want to transform and how is it you want to transcend, I know what I'm talking about. And Reverend Tiffany White supports me in this show in transformation because she understands how important it is to do these sorts of things. Not everybody has the opportunity. Not everybody will take the chance to let their voice sing and speak and go out into the airwaves and vibrate around the world like I get the opportunity to do. And I want to thank Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman. Excuse my voice. because it hasn't been easy. But it hasn't been easy. But it has been possible. And I'm grateful as grateful can be. Because I get to stand in my root, and I get to stand in my second chakra, my connection to others. I get to stand in my fire. I get to stand in my love for myself, and I get to stand in my voice, in my voice, the vibration of my voice of letting go and giving to others, and making that connection, and coming into clarity in my sixth chakra, in my third eye, and connecting to spirit as a result of it. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and this has been the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show for a Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you and talking to you next week.